An elderly woman named Aunt Karma called the Egyptian Food Bank with an unusual request. She asked them to send a representative to pick up 5 blankets she wanted to donate. It wasn't a call for help, it was a call to give. Floods had recently left many people homeless and suffering in the cold, and Aunt Karma's heart was deeply touched. She had little to give, but she was determined to share whatever she could with those in need. For her, kindness wasn't about how much you could give, but about giving what you could. When the food bank's representative received her request, he noted down the address, expecting an average home. However, as he navigated through crowded streets, narrow lanes, and humble neighborhoods, he began to wonder about the journey's purpose. Finally, he reached her address, only to find himself standing outside a small, cramped room tucked under a stairwell. This was Aunt Karma's home. As he stepped inside, he was struck by the simplicity of the room. It had an old bed, a single chair, and a tiny table. There were no luxuries, only the bare essentials. He looked around, thinking, "This woman is the one who needs help, not the one who should be giving it." Aunt Karma greeted him warmly and welcomed him with a cup of tea. "Here, my son," she said. "Drink this tea from your Aunt Karma." The man accepted the tea, but his face couldn't hide his amazement and confusion. Sensing his thoughts, Aunt Karma gave him a comforting smile. "Don't be surprised, my dear," she said gently. "Yes, I am poor, but there are many who have even less than I do." She continued, "My pension is just £700 a month. I spent £500 to buy these 5 blankets for the people who need them. I still have £200 left to last me the rest of the month." The man was taken aback. He couldn't understand why she would sacrifice so much for others. "Aunt Karma," he said softly, "you should keep the blankets. You need them yourself. Look around. Your bed is worn. Your room could use a proper lamp, and wouldn't a television help keep you company?" Aunt Karma chuckled softly. "Oh, my son, I have no need for more. When I open my window during the day, the sunlight fills my room. And at night, the streetlights outside bring a soft glow into my home. My bed may be old, but it is comfortable enough for me. And as for television, I have the company of good neighbors who visit me often. So I never feel lonely." She insisted that he take the blankets and ensure they reached those who truly needed them. When the man returned to the food bank, he was visibly moved. He gathered the employees and shared Aunt Karma's story, her selflessness, her joy in giving, and her resilient spirit. They were all in awe. Here was a woman with so little, yet with a heart big enough to give everything she could. After a thoughtful discussion, the employees decided they wanted to help Aunt Karma in return. They proposed setting up a monthly donation for her and finding her a better place to live with a proper bed, a refrigerator, and even a television. But the man who visited her shook his head, saying, "She will refuse. She doesn't want more for herself." So they devised a clever plan. One of the employees called Aunt Karma, pretending to be from a phone company. "Congratulations, Mrs. Karma," he said cheerfully. "Your number was randomly selected, and you've won £10,000. But Aunt Karma's reply surprised them all. Without a hint of excitement, she said calmly, "That's wonderful. Please give the money to the food bank and tell them to buy blankets for those who suffer in the cold." Aunt Karma didn't care for riches or comforts. Her heart was strong, her spirit unbreakable. She wasn't afraid of hunger, cold, poverty, illness, or even death. She believed that she lived under the protection of God, and that was enough for her. If you find value in this story, please like, share, write a comment below, and follow for more meaningful tales.